Biochemistry of nutrition, basic concepts. The first aspect that is important to point out when discussing the difference between feed and nutrition is that feeding, so choosing the most suitable food to satisfy the appetite and deciding how to prepare these foods, all these are voluntary acts. After a sequence of voluntary actions, foods are digested and divided into the nutrients that constitute the food. These nutrients are then absorbed and made available to the body or the tissue and each cells of our body to perform their activity. So, therefore, each food consists of a set of chemicals, and some of these chemicals are the nutrients. If we look at the picture here, we have some foods. There are pasta, fruits, vegetables. All these foods are composed by different nutrients. We will call them water, carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, minerals or vitamins, but they are the components of the food. Once absorbed, the nutrients are used and utilized by the body for its functions. For example, to produce the energy needed to perform our daily activities, or to ensure the correct functioning of all metabolic processes, or even to support the growth or the natural replacement and turnover of organ and tissues. Nutrients are divided into subgroups. The first one of them is the group of macronutrients. They are also called caloric nutrients. They are carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins, and they provide respectively 4, 9, and again 4 kilocalories per gram. Kilocalories are the unit by which we measure energy in nutrition. The caloric nutrients have more functions beside the energetic one. They also have a plastic and a regulatory function. Plastic function mean they participate in the construction and the structure of every tissue, and the regulatory or signaling function is represented by the function by which the body communicate and transfer information from one tissue, one cell to another one. So, to look at this concept in a diagram, we can say that carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins, they have most function. All of them participate in energetic function, so they provide energy. All of them participate in plastic function, so they participate in the construction of cells, tissues, and organs. And lipids and fats, they also have a signaling function, so they participate somehow in the transmission of informations between different tissue and organs. Another subgroup of nutrients is represented by the micronutrient group. They are represented by minerals and vitamins. They are non-caloric nutrients. In fact, they do not provide any energy. However, they perform very important functions, such as the plastic and the regulatory one. These nutrients, even though they do not provide energy, they contribute to the constitution of specific tissue. For example, we can consider two minerals, phosphorus and calcium. They participate in the building of our bone tissue. Another case is represented by some vitamins, like the vitamins of group B. They allow carrying out specific chemical reaction in our metabolism, so they are extremely important. Another nutrient that does not provide any calorie, but it is extremely important, and we have to consume and eat every day in a large amount, is water. Water, of course, does not provide energy, but it is involved in many functions. For example, it participates in maintenance of body homeostasis, the regulation of body temperature, and it also represents the environment where most chemical reactions occurring in the body take place. Non-caloric nutrients, they of course participate in plastic and signaling function, but not in the energetic one. And this is true for water, for mineral, and vitamin. There's another substance, a substance that provides calories, but it is not a nutrient, and it is alcohol. Alcohol is not a nutrient. It is metabolized by the liver to produce fat, so it provides energy. It is considered a harmful substance. However, a small alcohol consumption through beverages like red wine or beer is still tolerated by most dietary guidelines. And this is due to the fact that these kind of alcoholic beverages, especially red wine, contain some molecules called polyphenols that are considered or have been demonstrated healthy for the human body. Another key point in biochemistry of nutrition that should be always kept in mind is that any macronutrient surplus is stored in the body. The main and most important storage of energy in our body is represented by adipose tissue, so the body fat. Any excess of protein, carbohydrates, or lipids is mainly converted into adipose tissue. So this is extremely important when we will consider how much a certain subject should eat. To avoid overweight or even obesity, it's important that the amount of energy introduced through the food we eat is balanced by the amount of energy we expend through our daily activities. Of course, more details on these are available in the materials that is provided within the unit.